Start with Keith Smith.
Hey, Brad. Have you ever played in a game where one of your teams was outscored 32-0 in fast break points?
Yeah, I have no idea. Obviously, I think some of that, we'd have to go back and calculate it the way that we do, but we got killed in it. Turnovers are a big part of that from our defensive perspective. And, we have to play with better pace up the floor. There's no question about it. But, when you turn the ball over 19 times, and that's become an issue for our team, regardless of who's on the floor, then, it's hard to come back. And we also missed some opportunities at the rim that turned around and got us on the other end. And that often happens too. If you miss a layup or you're fighting for position and then you miss a putback, then that's a quick run out the other way with offensive players behind you. Regardless, turnovers have to improve. Transition defense has to improve. Transition offense obviously has to improve, and I think it will.
John Krause.
Brad, you have these moments where you have that resolve to make the comeback, and you talk about how easy it is to play loose when you're coming back, and then all of a sudden the turnovers hit you again. You make basically 3 straight bad plays. I mean, how does it turn so fast when you're making that run, and then all of a sudden everything falls apart?
Well, a lot of those they were really physical on the ball. They got their hands on balls. They stripped us. It wasn't like there were a few that were passes, but we've got to make sure we're ready for that impact on the ball in those moments. But as you know, like when you're coming back, you got to be nearly perfect. We were there for a few minutes. But just generally, we have to be tougher with the ball. That's not a couple of possessions here, a couple of possessions there thing. That's a thing, and it's got to improve.
Gary Washburn.
Hey, Brad. The stretch late in the third quarter where it turned from 6 to 16 in about a minute and a half. Is it just some kind of defensive slipped up, not finding Joe Harris? Guys maybe putting their head down after a missed layup. You said, is it just some of the mistakes are being compounded by other mistakes?
Yeah, and they make you pay for those. I mean, I thought the 2 runs in the game that killed us were that run and then the run in the second quarter, where it went from, for them, hard to score to easy to score. And it looks like they're having a hard night. We're doing a good job guarding them, and we're doing a lot of the right things. And then they get the runouts, they get behind our defense on some pick and roll missed coverages. We had an opportunity or two to take a charge, and instead it ended up in a 3 for them. Like, those are plays against good teams that kill you. They make you pay for them. So those 2 stretches killed us, and made it a very difficult comeback.
Matt Vittor.
Brad, what did you see from Evan, and even when he struggled, was there value to that, because to get that much more of the rust off of him to get him going for the next few games?
Yeah, he's probably very, very likely at least going to struggle, and we just don't have time to practice. He's got to play. He's got to get himself up to speed. That was a unique group there at the end. When we were coming back with Jabari and Evan, not a lot of, Celtics corporate knowledge, obviously 5 games and 4 games in between them. But I thought they did a lot of good things. Evan obviously could make a shot, but I just asked him how he felt. He said he was pretty winded out there. So that was not a huge surprise. But it is good to get him those minutes. And, I don't think he'll have many games like that.
We'll wrap it up right there. Thanks, Coach.